Well, hi folks, and welcome to the Old Classic Car channel. This video, bit of a catch-up session just to cover some of the things classic car related that have been going on around here recently, and I have my trusty little list to remind me. We'll have a bit of an update on the Austin Pathfinder pedal car project, bit of fettling on the little Renault 4CV here. Then we head off for a day in Wales and some very interesting sightings that were made down there, just chance encounters, random sightings that I thought I'd just share with you here on the channel because I think you're going to like them. Then we head off to Oulton Park, bit of a testing day, track day kind of thing, but there were some very interesting cars there, including a particularly fine Austin A40, and yes, the A40 is there under the cover waiting a little bit of TLC as always, and hopefully next year we'll make a bit of progress on that one. And also in this video, a lovely coach, a lovely two-tone single-decker coach from the late 1950s that we spotted recently as well. So we'll have a little bit of a clip about that, a bit of a look around that beauty, and then we'll be back here in the garage to wrap things up. So a little bit of everything in this catch-up video, so without further ado, let's crack on. Well, hi folks, it is another day. We are in the garage. Storm something, Dara, I think it is raging outside. 60 to 80 miles an hour winds, but that won't deter us. Harley's doing a bit more on the Pathfinder, and I have been doing a little bit more on the Renault in here. You may notice the layout has changed a little bit again. Yes, I found that with the MX-5 in here and the A40 across the back, there was just no room to do anything at all. You couldn't swing a cat. So the MX-5 is outside under a brand new cover. Well, I say under a brand new cover, it was under it, but that took off overnight due to the wind, which was a little bit disappointing, but it'll dry out and then we can put the cover back on that. But yeah, this way we have both of the wooden workbenches, the ex-Vauxhall Motors workbenches here on the back wall, and at least we have got room to move and do things, which is a big advantage. So yeah, you really have to decide when you've got a bit of space in the garage, do you use the space for storage or do you need the space to actually work on stuff? And sometimes finding the balance isn't always that obvious, and I've had many different permutations in here over the years. But yeah, I've been doing a little bit on the Renault. Occasionally it splutters a bit when you drive along, so I thought I really need to take the carburettor off, so I'm just in the process actually of refitting it, but I thought I'd just record a little clip, a little update of what's going on here. So with the carburettor off, I was able to give the jets inside underneath the lid of the carburettor a really good clean out, and I did find a small blockage in there, so that was quite a worthwhile job. If you're familiar with Renault 4CVs and this, the Renault 750, which was the British built equivalent, you may notice that this isn't the original carburettor. This is a Weber. Off the top of my head I can't remember what the original fitment was, but it certainly wasn't one of these. I think these were...
Was it
a Solex, was it? Yeah. These Webers were originally fitted to, I think, the little Fiat 850s, that kind of thing, Fiat 850 or 900. It's certainly not on one of these, but it fits, so we will stick with that. So that's what I've been doing this week. Took this off, cleaned out all inside, did find a little blockage, and I'm just hoping that will improve the idle situation. Pathfinder, well, Harley's documenting the Pathfinder over on his channel, Car Traction. We will probably get the body sandblasted in the not too distant future, but today's little job is just cleaning up the front axles so that we can fit a modern set of bearings. Originally it would have had this sort of roller bearing. Where's that little torch gone? Oh right, I just pinched that. Originally it would have had this sort of roller bearing type arrangement, but these are like a modern, I'll just stand that up, this is like a modern conversion to more modern bull race type front wheel bearings, so we're going to go with those. But in order to fit those we have to clean all the axle up as well, and that's what Harley is in the process of doing at the moment. We'll keep these as spares just in case we need them. We may even fit the rear axle, which doesn't seem to be too bad. There's not much in the way of play in the back end, so I'm hoping we can just refurbish the front end of the Pathfinder. Yeah, it's looking good.
So when we get sandblasted all this, we'll have to...
Yeah, well,
all the paint will come
we'll take some of this off. We'll take the steering off before it goes to sandblasting, and the steering column, the pedal assembly, that kind of thing, probably.
Well, I think it's the stern column and stuff, they all need painting those still, so surely it
yeah, but it needs to come out. It needs to come out.
Or does it
really.
need to be sandblasted separately or something?
Yeah, we can clean that separately. Same with the badge, we'll take the little badge
Oh
off.
yeah, that's staying.
Yeah.
Right.
So that'll come off, but yeah. So yeah, it's pretty wild outside. We've lost car covers, but nothing more than that so far. It's set to be rainy and windy and horrible all day, so I think we'll probably spend the day hiding in here. Harley getting on with his project for his schoolwork, me helping out as and when, and also doing a bit on the 4CV. So that is the plan of action for today. Yeah, a lot more space in here. There's the A40 under there. Yeah, a lot more space to actually do stuff with just 2 rather than 3 cars in here. Right, let's get on. So it's still pretty wild outside. The carburetor is now back on. Well, I know, so that's good, but yeah, it's pretty wild. The shelter is slowly disintegrating outside in this pretty breezy day. It's not very good at all, so I don't think there's going to be a great deal. The roof was flapping around when I went outside before, so I've just weighed it down with some bits and pieces. So there's some pretty ferocious banging going on just outside here. Hopefully this will all blow through within a couple of hours or so, but in the meantime it's just a case of battening down the hatches. Quite a few things have blown over outside, but there's not a great deal we can do. Harley's just doing a bit of cleaning up on the front axle of the Pathfinder, so he's busy doing that while I've been attending to the Renault over here. Oops. Yeah, still pretty wild out there. Lots of rain, lots of wind. In fact, let's go and have a look, see how it is out there. Just have a quick stick the head out the door. These are the covers that were on the MX-5 before. Yeah, it's not great. Field is really flooded as well. I've never seen it like this in the 20 plus years we've been here. I've never seen the field this bad. I think it's definitely the place to be, is inside here rather than out there. It's pretty grotty. Having fun?
Yeah, I actually quite like it.
Yeah, it's
As
quite
much as it pains me to get rid of the original paint,
I know, but
it's actually quite satisfying.
yeah, it's a shame the paint wasn't better, but 70 odd years. The most original bit of paint left on it is actually under the bonnet here. It's like an old English white, so that is the colour that it will be going back to eventually. Well, morning folks, I find myself in mid Wales, Knighton to be precise. I'm here with Dad in the Jaguar, the X350. We have a little bit of family business to attend to down here. Unfortunately I've got my camera with me because just over the way there is something I'm very excited about. So let's go and have a closer look and see what exactly it is I'm talking about. And squeaky brakes on that Mitsubishi. Let's go over here and have a quick shufty on what I spotted on the way in just now. Yeah, look over here, what do we see but a fine surviving pair of old Beck meter petrol pumps. I'm guessing these probably date, well, late 40s, 1950s perhaps. We've still got the old clock faces rather than the rotating tumblers that later pumps have, so yeah, I'm guessing yeah, 40s, that kind of era. But what incredible that they survive. This neck of the woods, many of the family on my mum's side hail from this area, so it's quite possible that relatives of mine filled up from these pumps many years ago. Many of them live just down the road from here in Knighton, but what a treat to see these still here after all these years. Look at that. Set for number of gallons there, that's where the nozzle would have gone in. That's the holster where it would have sat. Yeah, what a treat to see these still here. I brought the camera with me just in case, which is something I usually do, just on the off chance of finding something interesting, but I wasn't expecting to spot a couple of lovely old Beck meters like this. I wonder what globes they used to have. They would have had illuminated globes on the top. So the glass is still clinging on to this one, as are the original needles. This one's lost its glass and one of the needles, but the other one is still there, just about. Yeah. Aren't they fantastic? And not in too bad a condition actually. A little bit of tin worm in the top. You could do with a bit of TLC and a bit of paint. If anyone local is watching this, these need saving, these need rescuing. Who doesn't love an old petrol pump like that? Anyway, I just thought I'd record this quick clip for posterity, because I know followers of the Old Classic Car channel do love this kind of thing. There's the original supplier manufacturer's plaque on this side as well. Can't see any sign of a date on it, but yeah, we'll go with late 40s, early 1950s. I think if you recognise the model of Beck meter and can actually date these accurately, please pop a note into the comments of this particular video, because it's always great to hear from you. But yeah, fantastic to see these here in rural mid Wales. I'm also quite taken with those International Harvester tractor signs up there. Dad's just inspecting the pumps. Tractor alert.
Oh wow.
Yes. What do we see? There is a Rover P4. I can't zoom in, I'm afraid, with this camera, but yeah, Welsh registered P4. Looks like it's been sat there a little while. Beautiful house. I wonder what the story is with the car. Yeah, plenty of green mould on it, so it looks like it's been sat there quite a long time. Be nice to go and have a closer look, but we can't, unfortunately. There's a lovely set of gates in our way. But yeah, great to see these old survivors. Yeah, very cool. Oh, it's a fairly early one with the curvy front wings. Post Cyclops, perhaps.
Yes,
But yeah, nice. Look at this old beauty over here, an AEC Reliance Tu20 is the registration number. What a fantastic looking machine. Rowe, so that's the people who did the coach work. Rowe Dalesman.
57.
I've never heard of that before. Where does it say that? Oh, it's got a 57 tax disc in the window. What a lovely old thing that is. We do like a classic PSV here on the Old Classic Car channel. Oh, yeah. I guess that would have been a wiper on there, but on the driver's side is at the top, and this one is at the bottom. Yeah, what a lovely shape. Side doors, very luxurious. Can't really see inside, but
They slide here, don't they? That's quite unusual bodywork, isn't it?
yeah, it's a very neat. So what age is this then, Hal? 57 tax disc. The late 50s would seem about right for it.
People usually put the tax disc of the things, don't they?
Vintage buses and coaches available to hire for your special occasion. I don't have a special occasion. Wants a bit of a sponge down, but it looks to be in pretty good condition. Very, very nice. Look at that seat upholstery in there. Alright. So the seats fold up, or maybe they're just stored like that, aren't they? I'm assuming you can have maybe a row of seats where the door is. Yeah, that'd be my guess. Yeah. Or clean up a treat, that, wouldn't it? What a Bobby Dazzler. Well, morning folks. Today we have popped down to Oulton Park just to have an hour or two, have a walk round. It is a javelin track day today, hence the many modern cars, but of course our eye is drawn to this, a magnificent race prepped Mark II Austin A40, and how cool does that look? Wow, that's giving us a few ideas.
You said you didn't want to tune up.
No, I don't want to do this, but that's a super clean looking car. I do like that a lot. What a fantastic car. We've got a Mark 1 at home.
It's mine.
Is it? Alright, so what engine's this one running then?
The original spec.
Is it, what size? 1098?
Yeah.
Is it? Wow. So what have you had to do to it? Just basically build it?
Yeah, it's been
Build it
built
right.
for a long time, but it's not been used. This is the second test.
Is it?
Getting ready for Goodwood for next year.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, you're going to take it to Revival though, is that the plan?
Members meeting.
Members meeting.
Well, probably both.
Oh, wow. Wow. They certainly seem to go well whenever we see them
Yeah, but
at Goodwood. But
depends on what engine you're using.
like
Which is the original spec.
yeah,
Quite
nice.
standard.
I see, right. So will you be up against cars that are running sort of 1380s and things like that? Right, so...
It's not about the engine, it's about the driver.
and the brakes.
I've been racing this for 40 years.
40 years?
Do races and BTCs.
Sorry, who's your son, sorry?
He's in the green and blue oval.
Oh, right, yeah.
He's been racing Porsches and
Right.
TCR last year.
Oh, right.
Works out
And you've been racing this 40 years?
I've been racing historic cars for 40 years.
Right. Oh, right.
But so Oliver's having his first go in this.
Wow, that's fantastic. So of course the Mark II slightly longer wheelbase, isn't it, and hydraulic brakes all round, so it gives you a little bit of an advantage over the earlier ones, because ours is a 60, the one at home. And that's been in the family from new, in many pieces. But
I've got a few bits and pieces. So I've got a short nose D type and a Lister.
have you? All right.
Still got the family 250F
All right. The 250F. Wow, fantastic.
and the Cooper Bristol.
All right. Oh, fantastic.
His mum wanted him to drive those unless they've got cages in.
No.
So put him in this first.
Yeah, makes sense. Wow, that's fantastic.
But he races in the Porsche Cayman Sprint Challenge and the RS GT4.
Oh, I see. Right. So this will be.
18.
Is he? So this will be a bit different than mine.
Which is next year will be 6th season in racing cars.
Is it?
Junior for 3 years.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Touring cars.
Yeah. Wow. That is fantastic. It's great to see this little A40 here today. Yeah, what a treat to see this racing Mark II A40 here today at Oulton Park. Like I say, I wasn't quite sure. Usually it's modern cars, and most of the cars here are indeed modern. but every now and again you get a proper oldie here doing a bit of testing, bit of track work, maybe bedding in an engine, that kind of thing. And today we get to see this lovely Mark II A40.
Good again. Right. We'll see. Let's go.
We're just going to head down to the inside of Lodge Corner, which is the last proper corner of the circuit. Certainly very interesting chatting to the owner of the A40. It sounds like he's got quite the collection of cars. Oh, there's an Escort going around, the Mark II Escort. We're going to keep an eye out for the Mark II A40, of course, because we are big A40 fans here at Old Classic Car. Well, there's a red flag out on circuit at the moment, so everyone is back in the pit area, including this great little race-prepared A40. We saw it going around just before down at Lodge. What a belting little car this is. Great to see A40s being campaigned this way.
We got this on the
When that other turbo. It's vicious.
And over here we have a slightly faded, well-used Porsche 944. It's on a B plate, about 1984. Seems to be missing a door handle, so this one clearly gets used well. Look at that, Citroen ZX Estate. You don't see these too often, the ZX Estate, this one with panelled in rear windows, van style. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right behind us. Yeah. That's the way, lads. Don't mind the R8 behind you. Look at that.
It appears to be raining, so let's go and hide away in the Fox. This Mark II Escort was going around before, sounded pretty good. Looks like its track day is over. The youthful assistant is giving the 1952 CWS a bit of a workout. There he is, speeding into view. This audible warning device is working undeployed.
Yeah, I took the horn off, as you know.
Oh yeah, you did have a horn on, didn't you? Yeah, you had a little hooter with the old squeeze bulb on it, didn't you?
I prefer the look a bit without it.
Yeah, it's looking well. Got a CWS mahogany. What's that? Something
Flake, like
dark flake tobacco. Yeah, CWS tobacco box on the back of the CWS bicycle.
So annoying. I haven't taken this out for like a month.
You've not been out on this for a while.
Yeah. So I occasionally just ride them just to kind of just to use them as well, but kind of just to remind myself that I can actually ride them, because at the moment it's too wet.
Yeah, the roads are pretty filthy. It has to be said.
Yeah, I'll get the 27.
I think this has been introduced already on the channel. Harley's 1927 CWS Path Racer. But if you haven't seen this one before, well, yeah, this is the speedy, stripped back, pared back version. You've
I
got.
was just wondering if this was.
Oh
still
yes, we've been fiddling a little bit with the old Sturmey Archer selector. Yeah. Yeah, very nice, all very in keeping. One of my favourite things on this bicycle is the reflector on the back. I think that is lovely.
This one's quite weird to ride.
Mm.
See, it gets a little bit moldy.
Is it?
Yeah.
You have to keep giving it a clean.
Yeah, I just rub it with a rag.
Yeah. Well, it's a good looking thing. Well, in a recent clip we were talking about just having the carburettor off and giving it a bit of a clean out inside. So I think we'll just give it a go, give it a firing up and just see how things are on that score. It's always been a really good start to this one, so fingers crossed it's not any worse. He says. Okay. Right. Have you got some choke on?
Yeah, I'll just put it to full now.
Alright. It's the air cleaner. There we go. Just needed a bit more choke. Will the choke go in a bit now? Eh? Yeah? It should go in a little bit. you want to bring it out, you want to move it out, then perfect. Sounding pretty good. I will make up a matching set of leads for it at some point, don't worry. But this is really just testing, just to make sure everything's right. You'll notice I've got the air cleaner disconnected at the moment, because I was making sure that you could see the jet of fuel down there. Yeah, the air cleaner's off just so that I could see that the jet of fuel was being sprayed down correctly. It does appear to be. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Certainly seems smoother compared to how it was before. Yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased with how that sounds. So,
Now totally in.
is that totally in now, is it? Right, okay. Oh, we'll just let it warm up a bit, but
That's the first time
yeah,
I've been able to so far. To
yeah, sounds alright, doesn't it?
it does, didn't it? Yeah, it's better than I thought.
It's a better idle than it was. The old rally has found its way into here now, it would seem. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this general updates video here on the Old Classic Car channel. So we'll leave the Renault 2 warm up a little bit and we'll sign off this video. So thank you so much for watching this particular upload. Please have a look around the rest of the channel, because at the time of recording there are well over 600 videos on here now. So if you like this kind of thing, leave a note in the comment and please have a look around the rest of the channel. And don't forget, you can right click, I think you can right click on videos and click the save to watch later if there are some videos you'd like to watch but don't have time for now, and there'll be loads more coming along very, very soon. So bye from me and bye from him.